So how do you boost home sales in this beleaguered housing market? Well, Jeff Mezger is CEO of homebuilder KB Home, and he thinks it has a lot to do with going green. He joins us now to talk about it. Let's just talk about whether or not we're seeing a permanent shift in your mentality. I mean, the housing market is still pretty much on its knees.
No, we're standing. We're standing, and green is definitely part of our business. So we have taken a definite permanent shift into more energy-friendly products in our homes.
So what does that mean on a broad scale? When we see new KB homes being built and put on the market, what is different about them now?
From a year ago, not too much, because we've been doing this for a while. From 10 years ago, a lot. Our homes are very energy efficient now. All our homes are Energy Star qualified. What we're here today talking about in New York is something we're introducing to the consumer called the Energy Performance Guide, where nationally, starting this week, we will be telling the consumer this is what your projected utility bill will be in this home, similar to an MPG sticker.
Before you buy it.
Correct.
So they can really compare.
Yeah, it's consumer awareness, and it's a great info data point for them.
So let's talk about cost. Cost is critical at any time, but especially right now. How much does having that energy efficiency in the home drive up costs on the front end but save on the back end?
Well, the beauty of this, because we've been doing this for years, the Energy Star qualification costs nothing to the consumer. It is part of the home, it's standard, and we've been able to find ways to achieve that through technology and advancement in building systems where it's free to the consumer. So it is a great benefit to them. On the savings side, it's significantly lower utility bills compared to a typical resale. So no cost and a great benefit.
Well, cost is written into the price of the home, right? I mean, does it cost you more on the front end than if you were just going for the cheapest option?
Not really.
Why?
Because of what we've been able to do in our business model. We've been including things nationally in every home we build, and we can leverage our scale to get these more energy efficient products at the same cost as we were building for before.
So what do your consumers tell you? Do they care about going green?
Absolutely. They care more if there's an economic benefit than not. They're not willing to pay for it. There has to be that trade-off. And in this case, where we can save a consumer $100 a month in a utility bill, it's significant for this value-oriented family today.
Looking at the overall lending situation right now, how would you assess it, Jeff? I mean, do you think the banks have put the brakes on too hard when it comes to mortgages?
Not really. I mean, most of the mortgages that are funded today are government loan types, either a Fannie or Freddie, conforming conventional, or FHA and VA. They're readily available. So the tightening from the banks is more on the conventional non-government side of things. So,
talking about the reform that is ahead for Fannie and Freddie, whatever form it takes, there are big changes ahead for the housing market. What's your take on what the President and the White House proposed last Friday?
If you look at what was proposed, it's fairly high level. There's a recognition that housing has to stabilize for the economy to recover, to have a sustained recovery, and they're concerned about doing something that would cause an unintended consequence, like take home prices down further when we're in such a fragile state of recovery. And I point that out because I don't think they're going to do anything radical. I think this will take a lot of time to be determined how long. And in the meantime, they'll continue to have FHA loans, Fannie and Freddie loans, to ensure that housing stays in a stable and then recovering and improving environment.
Do we need, in your opinion, Jeff, an overhaul of the existing system of Fannie and Freddie?
My own personal view, no. I think that the system worked fine for 40 to 50 years. Then some of their standards were violated in the loan products that came out in 04, 05, 06 that are now gone from the system. And if you look at the book of business in Fannie and Freddie over the last couple of years, 3 years, it's performing like it always did. You had this spike that then went away. So you may need more control so that doesn't happen again, but the underlying system is working fine.